This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is September 15th, 2020. We are performing a video sewer inspection through the 4-inch ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout at the left front corner of the house, which is here. We've removed the plug, and this is the front of the property. This is the front of the house. And this is going toward the backyard. We're going to zero out our camera monitor real quick. We're going to begin our inspection. And again, we are at 12306 Clover Avenue, Los Angeles, California. 12306 Clover Avenue, Los Angeles, California. We're going to drop down into our ABS plastic mainline cleanout. And there was some roots sitting next to the cleanout area where somebody had probably performed a cleaning on the line. Now we're heading what I believe is down toward the sidewalk area, and we'll verify, we'll locate the area. We'll take a look at the line, and then we'll verify where our camera is and where the city sewer and all is. And this is a transition from ABS plastic to vitreous clay, and we'll locate and mark this area on the way back. We're going to keep running in. Now we have a major crack. It's looks like it's all the way around the pipe from what we can see right here. The joint is right here where you see the edge of the pipe, and then there's a very, very large crack all the way around the pipe right here at 29 feet 5 inches on the camera monitor. It'll run out toward the city sewer. And now we have another very large crack and a break, and there's some pretty large roots right there as well in this joint. This is a vitreous clay joint at 32 feet 3 inches, which will mark that as well. And a major offset right here. We have a major offset and a separation. You see, there's a gap between there, and we're holding water, and you kind of have to jump over this area. Let's see if we can get it to jump over there. Okay, we pushed it over that area. Somebody's running water, so we're going to have some water coming in on us in just a second. Yep. We'll pause for just a moment. Let this water dissipate so we can see the line. We're going to take this time to locate this area. Okay, we located this area. We are right at the curb at 6 foot 8 inches deep. Don't see an issue with that joint. Appears to be in fairly good condition. We're running out into the street now toward the city sewer connection. That joint appears to be in fair condition. Has some minor root intrusion. You can see where they had just cleared roots out of. Appears that there's a little bit of roots at the top of that line. We'll blow that up and we'll look at that a little bit better on our laptop back at our office. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint has a minor offset, still in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint as well appears to be in fair condition. That joint had some pretty heavy root intrusion. That joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of root intrusion, minor root intrusion with some concrete slag over pour. Had some minor root intrusion here. Little root intrusion at the top of that saddle area, but not terrible. Probably maintain the majority of this line with a chemical called Root X. Okay, we're going to begin pulling our camera back. Little minor offset there and minor root intrusion, holding back a little bit of water, but not terrible. Still maintainable. That joint as well. Small root intrusion. Pretty large root intrusion here. I don't know if Root X is going to keep these roots at bay. That's quite a bit of roots. It was just cleaned out. Still got a lot of remnants. That joint appears to be in fair condition, as I said. That joint as well appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. The majority of the joints appear to be in pretty fair condition. Joint has a little overpour. Concrete, fair condition. Joint appears to be in fair condition. A little minor root intrusion. Have some roots at the top a little bit, I believe. We'll take a look at that, as I said, back at the office. Like a little gap on that left-hand side around the 9 o'clock area. Small gap. That joint has a little bit of root intrusion. Not terrible. Excuse me. That joint appears to be in fair condition. Pretty long lateral. And then we have the major offset right here. We're going to mark this area now. We're going to pause for just a moment. Mark this area. Okay, we've marked that area on the street side of the sidewalk. Just in the grass area, we're at 7 foot 3 inches deep. That's a pretty large offset and separation right there. Can hold back water, can hold back paper and debris, possibly cause stoppages. More concerned about it offsetting even more. You can see the entire face of the pipe at the bottom, but you don't see any of the face of the pipe at the top, so it shifted quite a bit. Now we're going to pull back a little bit more, and that's probably due to the fact that this pipe is shifted, and that's why it's cracked right here pretty badly. Right behind it, you can see the top of the pipe, the face of the pipe on top, and it's a pretty good root intrusion, and it's dropped down quite a bit on the bottom. So we're going to pause one more time right here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark this area. Okay, we've marked out our large offset, 7 foot 3 inches deep, in the grass area in the parkway on the opposite side of the sidewalk toward the street. And we also marked out had a little bit of root intrusion, quite a bit of root intrusion right there. In this joint, a little shift in the pipe, and looked like could be a crack as well from what I can see. Then we marked out this joint where we have a large crack all the way around the piping. Mark that area on the grass area on the house side of the sidewalk at 4 foot 10 inches deep. And then we're going to mark out our ABS plastic to vitreous clay connection, which is right here. So we're going to pause for a moment and mark that area. Then we're going to run back in for a quick moment. to our offset, which is right here. So we're at right around 34 feet. To this point. To about 26 feet. So you got about 8 feet of pipe that needs to be replaced to come all the way back to the ABS plastic. We're going to come back now. Okay, we're going to continue pulling back into the ABS plastic sewer piping. And all the ABS plastic sewer pipe and fittings that we could see all appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. Didn't see any issues in the ABS plastic. Pulling up, coming out of our ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout. So you got about 8 feet of piping that needs to be replaced, and then we recommend shooting a liner in the city sewer part of it in the lateral, which is it's the homeowner's responsibility for the city lateral. And there are some roots out in the city lateral, and to keep those roots at bay, that would be the best bet, is to do it while it's excavated, which will be a lot less expensive than having to try and do it later. That will conclude our video sewer inspection.